Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. And today is Friday, so we are here to do the weekend wrap up, and that is where we discuss everything celebrity gossip, news, everything going on the blog that is worth talking about. And before I start, I would like to say welcome to all my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, and thank you guys for subscribing. And I saw y'all profile pictures. Y'all cute. Okay, so y'all fit right into the beautiful people posse. And I cannot say thank you enough to Miss Misha. She is a huge blessing. So I want to thank you again for always shouting me out and always having my back and answering any question that I bug you with in the inbox. Thank you again, Miss Misha, and welcome again to all you beautiful people. Hopefully, I will not disappoint. So let's get into some shit. Oh, yeah, I curse. All right, let's get into it, you guys. We're going to start off with a segment I like to call I Know You Fucking Lying and Victoria's Secret Karen. You guys, this lady lost her mind, okay? And had I been in that store, I'd have been like, what is wrong with you? Girl, if you don't get up, what is wrong with you? This fool actually flung herself on the floor and acted like she passed out. There's something mentally wrong with anybody who would do some shit like that. You guys, the video was very long. I didn't watch it in its entirety, but I do know that she acted like she fainted. She's screaming. She's fake crying. She chased the lady around. And when I tell you I would have tripped her or just clotheslined her or something, I probably would have. But what's funny about the video is that all these workers in Victoria's Secret and no one tried to diffuse the situation, not even the manager. I was like, if y'all don't pay me enough for some people, it would be them, because they just sat around looking like, you know what? You want your panties in a bag or a shopping bag? Like, what do you need? And I'm like, y'all have someone acting a complete fool in this lobby, and you all aren't even trying to stop her just for the sake of your other customers. I mean, what type of management is that? And it looked like the manager was a black lady. She was a black lady and she wasn't trying to intervene. Now, I don't know what their company policy is, but it's not going to hurt you. You didn't have to touch that lady, but you could have told her, get out of my store. I mean, say something. Don't just stand there. And I also heard that the lady said she was acting a fool because the black lady was recording her and she didn't want to lose her job and her lifestyle, her car, her home, and everything, because she knew exactly what she was doing. And she knows that she was being a Karen. And when they are recorded, there's usually some kind of consequence. And I'm actually hoping that that's what happens to her. I'm sorry. I hate to hope something bad on someone, but she deserves to have all of that happen to her for the way that she acted in the store. That was ridiculous, and you could have really gotten that black lady in a whole lot of trouble with all that crying and passing out. Just ridiculous. So the black lady ended up starting to GoFundMe, I guess, for an attorney or attorney's fees, and she as of right now is up to $100,000. So hopefully she'll get whatever kind of justice she's looking for, because it really was ridiculous. Now, in petty news, we have the baby. You guys, I put him in petty news because what he did was petty. However, I'm not mad at it. So the baby was on his bus and these two young boys came up trying to sell candy. So he asked how much for the box, and they really did try to, and people were using the word and the term finesse. No, they were trying to cheat him. They were trying to play him. So I wasn't mad at what he did to them. So he asked how much for the candy. They told him like $200 and just a ridiculous amount. And he's like, $200, that's not even a full box. How much are you selling the candy bars for? $1 a piece. Okay, so how could they possibly be $200 and they're only $1 a piece? There's not 200 in that box. So he ends up just paying for the candy and actually taking the candy and leaving. And he's like, here, put my bankroll back. He was like, they got me messed up. And I'm not mad at that. Maybe next time they'll be a little more honest and see what happens. If God is going to bless you, he's going to bless you. You don't have to go out trying to cheat somebody, begging and doing all that or whatever. Just let it come if it comes. And he was getting killed online for not buying the boxes and leaving the candy with the kids so that they can make extra money. No, those particular kids, I'm sorry, did not deserve that. They didn't deserve all that money because don't lie, just see what type of blessing you'll be met with in the end. I ain't mad at the baby for being petty this time. That ain't the baby, that's my baby. Sorry, I have to say it every time I say the baby. So let's talk about some real news for a second, and let's talk about KTS Dre. His government name is Londre Sylvester. He was 31 years old, let out of Cook County Jail at 8:50 p.m. this week, and immediately shot 65 four times. Apparently, two cars full of people jumped out and just unloaded 64 times, you guys, in front of a Cook County building. Can you believe that? That was an elaborate hit. It seemed to me that maybe some COs or something may have been in on it. How did people know exactly when he was leaving? Even if it were people on the inside that was giving information on the outside, this hit was elaborate. He was walking with two women who actually were hit as well, but they're going to live. They're fine. And this is very sad. 31 years old. He was released on a gun charge. So from 2020. So it wasn't anything like snitching or whatever that you would think. But maybe there's a backstory here there has to be a backstory here that we don't know about. But I'm very interested in knowing what he did so bad that 64 times. And can you imagine if you're his family member and you have to hear that people unloaded and shot your family member 64 times? Something is wrong with the world right now. I swear to God, it really is. But we'll be praying for his family, and very sad. 31 years old, you guys. Chicago. Come on, y'all. Let's get it together. And speaking of murders, let's talk about the way Wendy Williams handled the untimely demise of a very famous TikToker that goes by the name of Swavy. Apparently, he was murdered, and she was reporting on it, but I don't understand, and a lot of people don't understand the way she reported on it and the reason why. So we all know that Wendy Williams and her show, she's able to get her audience to kind of do what she wants. Not only with I guess they give them a thing that says laugh or clap or whatever, but Wendy knows how to do it with her facial expressions and, just certain things she says. She knows how to get what she wants out of her audience. And this was no different. She put his picture up and she's talking about how he's a TikToker and he has more people than her on TikTok. Who cares? And then she proceeds to say, but she has more people than him. Oh, one of her flunkies says, no, you have more people than him on Instagram, yada, yada. I don't understand the whole point of that. I don't get that part. But she then proceeds to just leave his picture sitting up there, and she just stares off into the audience. So the audience don't know where this is going. So of course they laugh. And then she says, he was murdered. What the fuck, Wendy? Really? What the fuck? What is that all about? I don't understand why she came across this way. The family is very upset and they would like an apology from her. She never takes ownership of her wrongdoings. She never own her shit and be like, okay, yeah, that was me, that was my fault. So they can just give that up. I would totally support a campaign not to renew Wendy. I really would. And it's not canceling her. See, you got to flip it on them because they don't like cancel culture. So we're not canceling her. We're just not going to renew that ass. Okay? You just got to flip it. But I would totally support that. Let's not renew Wendy. Speaking of someone else who can also beat it, let's talk about Chrissy Teigen, you guys. She came out with this long paragraph stating how much she's missing social media. Little backstory, Chrissy Teigen is a huge troll. So she normally claps back at people on Twitter, and sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. But when you go into a young girl's DMs and you tell her to kill herself, no, that's not okay. So she was ultimately canceled. Her brand was canceled out of Target and I believe it was Macy's. So she's feeling the pain of what she did. She's feeling the consequences. And no one told her to get off social media. So all of this, I want to come back. I really miss you guys. Just learn to watch your mouth and you can do whatever you want to do. Nobody told you not to get on social media. We just said don't run around telling teenagers to kill themselves. You got to watch what you do. Like, if you're going to be a troll, that's fine, but you also have to take accountability. Know the fact that you are a famous person. You're known for being John Legend's wife. No, I'm just kidding. She's a well-known model. However, she's more known for being John Legend's wife. But when you are a famous person, you can't go around doing and saying whatever you want to do and say. And you should have never even wanted to tell a teenager to kill themselves. That was the dumbest saying ever. Didn't understand why kids did it, and I definitely can't understand why a grown-up would tell a kid to do it. So, Chrissy, come back if you want to. Don't come back. I don't follow you. I don't care. I'm just saying watch your mouth no matter what you do. And no one gives a shit news. We have Hazel E and Cardi B. Hazel E is up in arms about Cardi B and her princess party that she gave to her daughter for her birthday. Apparently, Hazel E feels like Cardi copied her, although none of us saw pictures of Hazel E's daughter's party, did we? I don't recall seeing pictures of it. That's number one. Number two, she said that her daughter's party was only like 5 days ago. So let me ask you, Hazel, how long do you think it takes to plan a party of that magnitude? Really, do you think it only takes 5 days or less? So I have no idea what Hazel E is talking about, what she's going on about. Perhaps they had the same party planner. It does not matter. These are babies. They don't know each other. They don't care. Y'all, Cardi can't catch a break. To me, it's like everything she does is scrutinized and there's an issue with everything this girl does. Now, is she a little out of hand sometimes? Sure, but leave her alone. And Hazel E, who are you? Cardi's not checking for you. We're not checking for you. So no one gives a shit about what you're talking about. So in a new segment that I call On Another Note, this is where I speak about stuff that is not celebrity related. So it's just anything, and it's questions, situations, or anything that you guys want answered, or even if I just want to talk about something that's going on with me. But my first situation, I was contacted by a friend who said that someone she went to high school with is constantly asking her in the inbox for money. It's not someone that she's kept in contact with outside of Facebook or anything, and she's not understanding exactly why this keeps happening. And I don't either. I have no idea, you guys. I don't know what would possess someone to reach out to anyone on social media that you were not really good friends with and that you don't talk to on a regular basis. Apparently she's not giving any reasons why she needs this money. She's just asking for money. I've never had it happen, and if I did, I'm sure I would probably just ignore it, because I ignore like almost 10 out of 10 things in my inbox, especially on Facebook, because you just never know what's real. But apparently these are real, and she's done it more than once, and my friend has politely declined to help her. And she feels bad, of course, because if someone is reaching out to you, maybe they really need it, or maybe it's something else, you just don't know. And for anyone that doesn't know how to deal with that situation, I personally can't help you. I'm just kidding. I was just kidding. I would say do as my friend did and just politely decline. Listen, sorry, I can't help you. Good luck with whatever you're working on, though, period. And maybe block the person after that so she don't continue to ask you. But have you guys ever asked anyone on social media for money? Is that a new thing? Also, is it a new thing to put up your Cash App on your birthday asking for money? And I saw a discussion where people had an issue with it. Some people didn't. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys send people money for their birthdays and things on Cash App? I come from an era, true story, you guys, my grandma was very upset about registries, shower registry, wedding registry. She didn't like it. She felt like it was begging, and she was dead ass. She was like, no, you don't send someone a list of items that you want. No. And we're like, Grandma, It's the new thing. That's what you do. She did not like registries. She's just going to send you her 20 bucks or whatever, and that's it. But you guys, what's going on nowadays? Do we care about people asking for money? I don't know. You guys, that is going to conclude this week's weekend wrap up. Hopefully, you enjoyed. Do me a huge favor, like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Okay? And I will see you guys for the next video. Smooches.